Ann Richard Starrs attended a special assembly on the morning of Wednesday, March 21st to hear a presentation by guest speaker, Major Mary Jennings Hegar. Hegar holds many titles, including University of Texas alum, Air Force veteran, Distinguished Flying Heart with Valor Device and Purple Heart recipient, and most recently, author and congressional candidate.
The point that I made the decision was in the middle of the night. My youngest kid, at the time he was about 5 months old, now he's 14 months, was crying. And I went in there to comfort him, and he didn't need a diaper change, and he didn't need a bottle, and I couldn't understand what was wrong. It was a different type of cry. And I realized he was scared. He had had like a little nightmare or something happened that scared him, and I picked him up and I was kind of bouncing with him and cooing to him and wishing I could go back to sleep. And I looked at him and I said, honey, it's okay, mommy's here, I'm gonna protect you, I'm gonna take care of you. And I realized that if I was serious about that, the best thing I could do would be to try to go to Congress and create a better world for him. So I think there's a lot of ways that young women your age can get involved, not just in politics, but in any really thing that you're passionate about. You guys are looking for leadership and mentoring, and you deserve that from the people who are going to represent this country. And your intentions are a lot of times a lot more pure than some of the adults who have ulterior motives. So I would say write letters to your representatives, and not just the people who've been elected, but the people who are running for office and trying to get your vote. I know that I'm always very responsive to letters when I get them from people your age. And there's a lot of ways you can make your voice heard. I consider myself an activist, and I do think that there are a lot of people who their chosen form of activism is just angry, and you can rail against injustice all you want, but you have to find the way to be effective at it. That's what true activism is. I think that happiness in life and success in life, there's so many keys to that, but one of the keys to that is recognizing your strengths inside you. There's a masculine inside you, there's a feminine inside you, and recognizing those strengths and being answerable to those, and finding a passion that you can follow in your life, not what your parents want you to do, not necessarily what the tests say that you should do, but what your heart tells you you should do with your life. You should take your strengths and your passions and follow that. The way you behave on the way somewhere is the way you'll behave when you get there. So if you're stepping on people, if you're taking shortcuts, if you're doing things unethical to get someplace, that's how you'll govern. That's how you'll be the CEO of a company. That's how you'll be a parent. So keep in mind that the way you behave on the way to a place is how you'll behave when you get there. There are times when your character, your integrity are tested. You have the opportunity to stand up for somebody, but it'll be hard or make your life harder if you stand up for that person. And I really think that it's those smaller decisions that craft who you are later. You have to practice your whole life to be the person you want to be as an adult. Because when the spotlight's on you, when the crap hits the fan, you're going to have muscle memory with your character. So if you hope that when the spotlight's on you, everybody sees you as a loyal person with good morals and who has, integrity and is dependable and trustworthy, you have to be those things when nobody's watching. My hope for the youth now is that y'all are able to grow up in a country that you're proud of, and in a country where you can love whoever you want to without being bullied about it, where you can be from wherever and be respected as an American, where you can practice what religion calls to you, or no religion at all, whatever calls to you. You can do these things, you have the freedom to do these things without government interference and without intimidation and being bullied. So that's what I'm fighting for.